Alright guys, this lesson is over evaluating expressions, and this is probably my most absolute favorite thing to do in math. It's something that you're going to continue to use over and over and over again. And it's just like a lot of fun. It's like almost like a puzzle or a mystery, and I absolutely love it. When we're evaluating expressions, we use this thing called order of operations, and you've probably seen it before, where you had, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, okay? Where the P represents parentheses, the E represents exponents, the M represents multiplication, and the D represents division. Guess what A represents? That's right, addition, and the S represents subtraction. And this is the order that we go in when we're solving an expression, okay, or an equation. You have to go in this order. The first thing you have to check is, does my problem have parentheses? And if it has parentheses, then what do I need to do inside the parentheses, okay? And once you're in the parentheses, you still follow the order of operations. Let's say in parentheses, you have an exponent, and then you have to divide, and then you have to add, all within the parentheses. You're going to follow these steps, okay? So you're going to do what's in the parentheses first. Then you're going to move to exponents. Remember, exponents, let's say I have 3 to the second power, we call that 3 squared. That means it's 3 times 3. So we do our exponents first. Then we move into multiplication and division. So this is first, this is second, okay? This is going to be third. Multiplication or division. Whatever comes first, going from left to right. Just like you read, you're going to work the problem from left to right, okay? And then the final thing we're going to look for is addition and subtraction. And we're going to work it from left to right. And it's very, very important. So this is fourth period. This is the fourth step. It's very, very important that you follow these order of operation, okay? I don't know if you've seen any of these things floating around Facebook or things like that. But there's always these math problems, and you can get multiple answers to it because people don't follow the orders of operation. And if they don't follow it, then they get it wrong. Okay, so these are the orders. Study Island here breaks these 4 steps down for us as well, where it says that the first one is to perform any calculations inside the parentheses or brackets. Okay. Step 2, simplify exponents from left to right. Notice it's always going to be from left to right. Step 3, perform all multiplication and division in the order from left to right. What happens if division comes first? You do the division first. You're working it from left to right. And the fourth and final step is perform all addition and subtraction in order from left to right. So it just depends on which one comes first. Okay? All right, so we have an example here. And it says, evaluate the following expression for x equals 2. So here we're going to do some substitution. Substitution is when we have a variable and we know how much the variable is worth. And so we plug that worth into the variable. So wherever we see, since x equals 2, wherever we see x, instead of leaving it as x, we're going to plug in 2. So that's what they did here. So there was an x squared, so they put 2 squared. There's 7 times x, so they did 7 times 2. Okay? So here's our new operation right here, our new expression. So according to orders of operation, the first thing we look for is parentheses. Do we have anything going on in the parentheses? Okay? There's no set parentheses here. I mean, we have 7 and 2 in parentheses, but we know that means multiplication. Okay? So that's not technically within parentheses. Okay? And we put 2 squared in the parentheses just kind of make it nice and neat, but it's not necessarily an operation going on within parentheses. So we didn't really have any parentheses. So we moved to our second step, which is exponents. And if you look here, we do have some exponents right here. All right. So we have 2 squared. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to do 2 squared. So we know that 2 times 2 equals 4, which is where this 4 went to. All right. What they did, they went ahead and they simplified this 7 times 2 right here. They saw it as a parenthesis, so they went ahead and simplified it to a 14. Okay. So now we can move on. Well, now we have 60 divided by 4 plus 14 times 4. Now, according to order of operations, we perform all multiplication and division in order from left to right. So we're going to start here and we'll work to the right, just the same way we read. So the first thing we're going to have to do is 60 divided by 4, which gives me 15. Okay, we're not adding yet, so we're going to hold on to that addition sign. Okay, and now we've got 14 times 4. Well, we're still in the multiplication and division step, so we can do that. And 14 times 4 gives me 56. Now we've got all the division and multiplication out of the way. We can move to our last step, which is addition and subtraction. And we have some addition going on here, which is 15 plus 56, which gives us 71. Okay, let's look at one more example as we do this. Okay, let's see if it'll scroll for me. There it goes. All right, going backwards here. All right, so here we have another one. It says evaluate the following expression for A equals 2 and B equals 3. So just like in example 1, we have to do some substitution. Everywhere we see an A, we have to put 2, and everywhere we see B, we have to put 3. I'm going to write this one out for us. So the first one is A squared, and so I know A equals 2, so I'm going to do 2 squared, okay? And since letters are next to each other, that means multiplication, okay? Times B, which equals 3, plus 3 times A, which is 2, okay, times B cubed, so 3 cubed, okay. I can look at this and go, okay, we're going to count this as parentheses, so we can go ahead and simplify that. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, I'm going to bring everything else down exactly the way it is so I don't forget anything. So I'm going to bring down my 2 squared times 3 plus, see how I'm bringing everything down with it? Okay, bring down times. Yeah, we don't use an X anymore for our multiplication sign. We're going to use a dot. 3 cubed, okay? So now our second step is to simplify exponents. So I have 2 exponents here. I have 2 squared and 3 cubed. So 2 squared means 2 times 2, which is 4, okay? So I'm bringing that down, my answer for that down. And 3 cubed, that's going to be 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is, move this little dot over here, is 9 times 3 more gives me 27. So I'm going to bring my answer down here is 27. I'm going to bring everything else down just the way it is. So now I have 4 times 3 plus 6, bring down my multiplication sign, times 27. Okay? Now now my next step is multiplication and division. We don't have any division. So we're going to work from left to right. So 4 times 3 is 12. 6 times 27 is going to be 162. And bring down our addition sign. Okay? And then when we add those together, 12 times 62, we get 12 plus 62, my apologies, we get 174. Okay, so we have to follow these steps. All right, so what we're about to do is we're going to do a few flashcard problems, and then I'm going to let you do some practice. So where's my flashcards? There's my flashcards. All right, it says let y equal 9 and z equal 3. I want you to pause and I want you to try this one by yourself. Remember, wherever you see a Y, you're going to plug in 9, and wherever you see a Z, you're going to plug in a 3. Okay, let me change that here. I'm going to do that, and this. All right, I want you to try and solve for it. So my Y is 9, and my Z is 3. So I'm going to come in now, and I'm going to substitute. Everything else is going to stay the same. Okay? Now, my orders of operation, I'm always going to write this off to the side. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Do I have any parentheses? And I check my work, and I don't have any of that. Okay? Do I have any exponents? Nope. Do I have any multiplication or division? Yes, I do. So I'm going to work from left to right with my multiplication. So I have 9 plus 2, that's not multiplication. 2 times 10, that's multiplication. I can do that. So 2 times 10 is going to give me 20. And then I have plus 3. There's nothing there. So that's not going to work. So I'm going to bring everything else down exactly the way it is. Notice I'm not bringing this 2 or this 10 down because I've already used it. I combined them together and I've already used them. So I can almost scratch that out because I'm done with those. Okay, so I'm going to have 9 plus 20 plus 3. I don't have any multiplication or division, so I'm done with that step. And now I have addition or subtraction. Since I only have addition, I'm going to work from left to right. So I'm going to do 9 plus 20, which gives me 29. I'm going to bring down all my other information. Plus 3. Not 29 plus 3. 29, 30, 31, 32. So I get the answer 32. I wonder if that's what you got as well. If you didn't, make sure you check your work with mine real quick. Make sure that you follow the same steps. All right, so I'm going to erase this real quick. Remember, we got the answer 32. We're going to see if we got it correct. Yes, we got it correct. Okay, let's try another one. All right, let m equal 33 and n equal 3. So wherever there's an m, we're going to plug in 33. Wherever there's an n, we're going to put 3. So I'm going to come under here, and I'm going to make this is going to be 33, and this is going to be 3. All right, so I like to rewrite my problem. 33 minus 5 plus 3 times 5. I'm going to come over here and write my orders of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, so I'm going to come and I'm going to go, what do I do first? Do I have any parentheses? No. Do I have any exponents? No. Do I have any multiplication? Ding, 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 ding. I do. If I look, I go 33 minus 5 plus 3 times 5. I have 3 times 5, so I can do that. 3 times 5 is going to give me 15. I have combined these two numbers in this operation right here to equal 15. So I am done with this portion. I need to bring everything else down. 33 minus 5 plus 15. All right, there's no more multiplication or division, so I'm done with that step. So now I have addition and subtraction. I'm going to work from left to right, the same way we read. So I'm going to go 33 minus 5. 33 minus 5, I'm going to think 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28. So I've got 28. And then, so I've combined these two, 33 and 5, and the subtraction. And so we don't need that anymore. And so we're going to bring down our 15. So 28 plus 15. Okay, so I'm going to stack it on top of each other for standard algorithm. All right, 8 plus 5 is 13. Carry my 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. My bad. Okay, so it is 43. All right. I want you to check your work real quick, see what you did, see if you see any errors in my work, because we're about to check our answers. All right, 3, 2, 1. 43, we got it right. All right, now I want you to flip this back over real quick. And I want to see what happens if I don't follow orders of operation, okay? Let's say I just work this out from left to right. 33 minus 5 we said was 28, right? Bring down the rest. 28 plus 3, that's going to give me 29, 30, 31 times 5. That's going to give me 155. There's a big difference between 43 and 155. So order of operation is very, very important because if we don't work it out in the correct order, we're not going to get the right answer. Okay? All right, let's see if we can step it up a notch. Let's see if I can find a harder one real quick. All right, let's just try. We'll try this one. All right, let W equal 9 and X equal 6. So I'm going to go ahead and write, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. You need to do this every time you go to work one of these problems. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to substitute. I'm going to have 9. Oh, we don't want to see the answer yet. 9, and we're going to have 6. So I have 9 plus 10 times 8 minus 6. Order of operations, do I have any parentheses? No. Do I have any exponents? No. Do I have multiplication? Yes. 10 times 8, which gives me 80. I've combined 10 times 8, and so I don't have this anymore. And so I've got to bring down the rest. Now I'm going to work, so I don't have any more multiplication or division, so I'm done with that step. My next step is going to be addition and subtraction. I'm going to work from left to right. So 9 plus 80 is going to give me 89. Combine 9 and 80, so we're done with this, and so we have to bring down our 6. 89 minus 6 is going to give me 83. All right, let's check our answer. 83, we got it right. Okay, very, very good. Now you're going to may encounter a few more that are a little more complicated. Let's see.